Do you have challenges related to focus? Do you find yourself stressed, overwhelmed, difficulty getting projects finished in a timely manner? You're always late. Chances are you're an individual that is perceptually gifted. Oftentimes when we have a learning difference, the gift is actually the source of the challenge. Now keep in mind, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not an engineer, I'm a teacher. And so I look for very simple ways to create understanding for the individuals that I help. Now, perceptually gifted means you think in pictures. However, pictures stand alone. They don't necessarily fit together. If we think about it, watching a movie, that's a series of pictures that have been put together very quickly in frames, and then they run over time to create a movie. However, if you have a learning difference and you're in an area that you find challenging or you have incomplete information, you may find that things don't fit together. So one of the ways that I always explain to my students, I said, sometimes our thoughts, when we get confused, turn into a version of 52 card pickup. All right, so just like these cards, they've fallen on the table. They're a little bit everywhere and they're random. If we're experiencing confusion, we can pick them up and they're a mess. They don't fit together. They're just a mess and we're lost and we start to get overwhelmed as we try to figure out how do we put these back together. So one of the things that we do, we start with the sound device because the sound device is going to support us in holding our focus. So I'm going to put my sound device on. Now there's a sound that's heard every 8 seconds. It's a low intermittent sound and it helps me maintain my focus. So I'm grounded, I'm here, I'm staying focused, and then I can start to look at these cards and go, well, these are backwards, so I need to turn them around. And depending on the game that I'm going to play, I also can go ahead and put these in order. I have been talking about sequencing. Sequencing is a way for us to be able to recognize when we have a learning difference that our thoughts don't sequence so well. You may be an individual that when you tell a story, you may start at the beginning, you may start at the end, you may just start in some random place and your friends are going, "What are you talking about? I'm totally lost." I can remember a time in my life when I would usually start with the end of the story and then I would jump back to the beginning. Wow, my friends got frustrated with me because I would always tell what was going to happen at the end and they would be like, "Tina, just don't tell us. We don't want to know." When I began to understand these ideas of sequencing, I understood that there was a clear beginning, middle, and end, and I needed to be able to tell my story in that way. If you would like to learn more about being a picture thinker, if you'd like to learn more about sequencing anchors, send me a message, give me a telephone call, or check out my website at www.simplelearningedu.com. Thank you.